Kadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedkenu Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malachei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay, next page, 14. Our work week days are long, filled with concern and cares, with pretending to be what we are not. May this Shabbat give us the strength to see ourselves and our tasks with a heart and spirit renewed by our worship together. And with this renewed energy, may we dedicate the spirit of Shalom into our lives and into our communities. May we have the insight to help those in need, the perspective to look beyond ourselves, and the willingness to help create a society that respects and cares for the world and God's creations. May we appreciate all that we have with grateful hearts and have the strength to bear our burdens.
Amen.
Okay, page 16 and 17, Lecha Dodi, and we will do verses 1 to 5 and 9, and it is our tradition that on verse 9, we stand up and face the back of the chapel. Shabbat, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad, Ishmi'anu el Yachad, Adonai echad, Shmo echad, L'Shemo tiferet v'litila, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Likrat Shabbat, Lechu v'necha, Ki mechor ha'bracha, Merosh Mikdem, Nesucha, Sof Ma'aseh, B'Shabbat Te'ila. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Hitoreri, Ki Ma'orei, Kuli Uri, Shir Daviri, Kivod Adonai, Alai Chigla. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Please rise as you are able. Holy v'shalom, Ateret Bala, Gam b'simcha, u'v'tzala, Tov emunei, Am segula, Bo'ichala, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, remain standing as you are able for the Baruch and the Shema, starting on page 25. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarach, Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed, Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed. And on page 26, the Shema, together. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. And the V'ahavta on page 26. V'ahavta et, together please. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'ordecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'ela asher anuchi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha. V'shinantam b'vanecha v'dibarta bam. V'shivtecha b'veitecha u'vleftecha v'derech. Uvshavcha uvkumecha, uvshatam leot al yadecha, v'hayu latotafot bein einecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. And on page 27, the Micha Mocha. This is great. Page 30, please, V'shamru. Because what's a service without another song?
Good. That's all right.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dolam l'dolam. B'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Okay. And page 31, I'm going to read part of the introduction to the Amidah, and then we're going to switch to page 3 in your insert. And we're going to do page 3 and 4 together, chanting. Ah, someone didn't get their inserts.
Don't show us. Oh, thank you. Absolutely.
Hi, Gina and JT. Okay, so on page 31. Jewish prayer makes room for both our personal meditations and the concern we share with the community. Perhaps the most beautiful example of the combination of private and community prayer is found in the section of the worship known as the Amidah. Recited in a standing position, if as you are able, with intense concentration, the word Amidah means standing, this part of the service occupies a position of centrality and special sanctity in each of the daily Sabbath and festival services. The Talmud refers to it simply as tefillah, the prayer. Indeed, one form or another of the Amidah is recited at each of the 3 daily prayer services, morning, afternoon, and evening, in commemoration of the offerings in the temple in Jerusalem. And since we're doing this all together, the next 2 paragraphs are not really applicable. So please stand as you are able, rise as you are able. Okay. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, Umevi Gula Lifnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shmo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, V'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rab L'Hoshia. Mashiv HaRuach, Morid Hatal, still summer. Mechakel Chayim B'Chesed, Mechayeh HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim. Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umakayim Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha kivurot, umido melach, melech memid u'mechaye, u'matzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'aman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kedoshim b'chol yom yehalalu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Okay, and let's sing together Oseh Shalom. It is on page 42. Oseh Shalom, Imroma, Huya Oseh Shalom, Alleluia. Ve'yakol Yisrael, ve'yimeru Amen. Yoseh Shalom, Yoseh Shalom, Alleluia. Ve'yakol Yisrael, ve'yimeru Amen. All right, thank you. And on page 44, guess what? It's another song. Al Shlosha Devarim. Al Shlosha Devarim. Al Shlosha Devarim. Al Shlosha Devarim. Olam, olam, amen. Al Shlosha Devarim. Al Shlosha Devarim. Al Shlosha Devarim. Olam, olam, amen. Al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. All right, thank you. And now we get to your favorite part of the service where I get to talk.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I printed double-sided. Forgot. Okay. I've been a subscriber to the Washington Post for a while. And with that subscription, I get weekly emails called Well-Being, which I also had to subscribe to. They are about how to improve your quality of life and cover a variety of subjects, including something called a joy snack. Washington Post columnist and neuroscientist Richard Sima coined the phrase, what?
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
A little louder.
Okay.
A little louder.
Washington Post columnist and neuroscientist Richard Sima coined the phrase and wrote about it in November 2022. I'm going to read you the article because it explains it very well, and I was being a little lazy this week when trying to write this drosh. Here's an antidote to an ever-stressful, busy, and uncertain world. Try finding and savoring little bites of joy in your day. I call them joy snacks. By mindfully tuning into the pleasant, nice, and sometimes routine experiences of every day, we can transform an otherwise mundane moment into something more meaningful and even joyful. Lunch with a coworker, walking the dog, texting with a friend, watching a favorite show, eating a favorite meal, calling your mom, just hanging out. New research shows that finding and savoring these nuggets of joy can be a way of consistently cultivating a good, meaningful life. It's not these big things that we sort of create in our heads, but these smaller day-to-day experiences that bring us meaning, said Joshua Hicks, psychologist at Texas A&M University's Existential Psychology Collaboratory. Surprisingly, joy has been relatively neglected by scholars. But recent research suggests that joy is a distinct positive emotion for when we feel connected or reunited with something or someone that's really important to us, said Philip Watkins, psychologist who studies joy, gratitude, and happiness at Eastern Washington University. Watkins' research, perhaps unsurprisingly, finds that feeling joy is strongly associated with subjective well-being, which is essential for human flourishing. Big events like weddings or reunions are well-known smorgasbords for joy. But smaller bites of joy in everyday life matter too, and are easier to attain if we don't overlook them. Previous research has shown we derive meaning in life from 3 key factors: feeling like our life makes sense, having a purpose driven by goals we care about, and feeling like our lives matter. A February 2022 study published in Nature Human Behavior involving more than 3,000 participants across multiple experiments reported that valuing one's life experiences, or experiential appreciation, is another potent way of making life feel more meaningful. When asked by researchers to recount their most meaningful experience that occurred in the past week, for most people it was not about their grand overarching goals, but something simpler and more mundane that stood out, such as having an enjoyable conversation or being surrounded by nature. It's not just about you creating meaning in your head, said Hicks, who co-wrote the study. It's about detecting meaning that's already out there. Snacking on joy can go beyond focusing on our own experiences. Sharing our joy snacks also helps foster even stronger bonds with those we care about most. Relationship research has found that couples who celebrate small things regularly, not just the anniversaries, had stronger and happier partnerships. There is also joy to be had when you take time to reconnect with the person that is always with you, yourself. Small acts of self-care and setting aside time for simple pleasures and celebrations can be the emotional nourishment you give to yourself. But how to find more joy snacks? Joy is a mindset and something we can orient toward by being on the lookout for it. You can't produce joy, but you can prepare for it, Watkins said. Researchers are studying how people can become more receptive to joyful moments. Taking time each day to recount past episodes of joy may be one way to increase your predisposition for joy in the future, though more work is needed on how to best develop a lifestyle of joy, Watkins said. Cultivating gratitude is another way of cultivating joy. In one study, Watkins and colleagues used questionnaire data to measure participants' gratitude and joyfulness in the moment and over time. They found out that the more grateful a person is, the more likely they were to feel joy in the future. The reverse was also true. The more predisposed to joy someone is, the more likely they would feel gratitude as well. Joy and gratitude kind of feed on each other, Watkins said. We call it a cycle of virtue. Gratitude interventions, such as writing down the things we felt grateful for during the day, have been found to improve mood and may foster more gratitude. It is also important not to fall prey to what some psychologists have called killjoy thinking, which actively inhibits enjoyment by neutralizing positive moods. For example, watching a beautiful sunset with a loved one, but only focusing on how cold it is about to get, is tantamount to stealing a joy snack right out of your own mouth. If you're not able to see the good in your life, you're always overwhelmed by the bad in your life, you're probably not going to prepare yourself for experiencing joy, Watkins said. One way to increase the joy is to try savoring, which means mindfully paying attention, appreciating, and accentuating the positive experiences we have. That cup of coffee, the cuddliness of your pet, a joke whose punchline hits just right. Focusing on the sensations and emotions you feel in these moments can make the joy snack all the richer. It can take practice to get better at identifying and appreciating these experiences, but once you learn to slow down and pay attention to those things, put more weight on those things, your life feels more fulfilled and more meaningful, Hicks said. Nature is one powerful source of joy snacks that many people can nosh on. It actually says that in the article, in part because of its power of inducing awe. Hicks and his colleagues found that just having participants watch the 2-minute opener to the nature documentary Planet Earth produced appreciation for the experience and, in turn, a greater sense of meaning. Nature is all around us, but it's very easy to ignore it and downplay it, Hicks said. Sometimes taking a walk in the park and smelling the roses, by yourself or with others, is simply all you need to do to find some everyday joy. No matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, there's something out there that can bring you joy and happiness, Hicks said. So, what is your joy snack this week? That's the end of the article. And now I'd like to share some pictures of joy snacks I've experienced recently. They are loosely grouped. This, can you see it? This is a little free library near my house. There's nothing really special about little free libraries in general, although they are a great public service, and I've picked up some wonderful books from them. But this one in particular also has a little free dog library underneath it that is filled with dog treats. I love this. Nature is a big source of joy, as stated in the article, and as shown in these next pictures. First, a beautiful mushroom that I saw while walking my dog. A butternut squash, which I grew myself, and of which I now have 3. And I look forward to eating them. I don't know if you'll be able to see this one. A really interesting bug that looks like a dragonfly with the 2 sets of wings, but is not colored at all like a dragonfly. A bird enjoying the apples growing on the tree in my front yard. Now this next one, upon first glance, this may not look like much except an overgrown wall of wild greenery, which is actually what it is. But if you look closer or are there in person, you will see that the plants encroaching on the sidewalk are actually cherry tomato plants. This is the 2nd year they are there, and they've expanded since last year. But how did they get there in this very wild-looking area, you may ask? I gorilla planted them a few years ago. And that they are growing and giving fruit to the community and continuing to grow makes me very happy. And yes, I have grabbed some for a snack. Next up, my kids.
Aww.
A great source of joy, as some of you may already know. And our dog, Pepper. I have 2 pictures of her to balance out the picture of the 2 human kids. She likes to sunbathe in the backyard. This may look like a picture of an ordinary garden at the corner of someone's property, but right at the edge, they have added a miniature Godzilla.
Okay.
It's about 1 foot tall and makes me smile every time I walk past it. Who doesn't love Godzilla, right? Delicious food gives me joy. This is a lunch I had when visiting Nathan at college last weekend. Salmon with crushed wasabi peas, asparagus, and mashed potatoes. And it was really delicious. I love crocheting, and this scarf is my most recent creation, which is going in the Bet Tikvah craft sale fundraiser. And last but not least is art. I tend to appreciate sculpture, 3D art, and functional art generally more than the traditional paintings. This is actually a mirror with several different layers of geometric color in plastic grids layered over it. Next is a sculpture up in Rochester, New York, where I had that delicious salmon I showed you earlier. Beautiful. And this is a very cool piece here at Rodef Shalom in the hallway upstairs, if you go up the main stairs. Created by the kindergarten through third grade classes in the religious school. It is inspired by Jewish artist Louise Nevelson and created with found and recycled materials. It's something. So, what were the little things that you noticed that gave you joy recently? You may not remember, since perhaps you were not aware of joy snacks until just now. But going forward, I encourage you to find your joy snacks, those little things or moments that make your day brighter. You can even experience the joy again by sharing them with others, as I have done with you. And maybe by doing this, we can help create a better, happier world. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I want to know where you planted those tomatoes.
Yeah.
Gettysburg Street.
Okay, I'll have to stop there on my home. So you're back in Bailey.
Down by the corner
Oh, that's kind of far.
by Reynolds.
Oh, that's, it looks like it was in Shades, or in Squirrel Hill, I gotta say, but that's all the way to Point Breeze, isn't it?
It's Point Breeze.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a bit far from tomatoes.
They're ripe too. They're so
It might
delicious.
be worth it.
Yeah. Okay. Next in your insert, I'm going to read the introduction to the Mishabera, which comes right after the Amidah. One of the central prayers for those who are ill or recovering from illness or accidents is the Mishabera. The name is taken from its first two Hebrew words. With a holistic view of humankind, it prays for physical cure as well as spiritual healing, asking for blessing, compassion, restoration, and strength within the community of others facing illness, as well as all Jews, all human beings. And so the Mishabera is on page 48. We're going to sing the Debbie Friedman version, which is at the bottom. But if anyone has any names to put forth that we can remember while we are singing, please, yes.
Jonathan, Dan, Jenny, and Kat.
Sandy and Jack.
Scott Trevor.
Okay. Let us sing. Oh, I'm sorry. Gina and JT, did you have anyone to add for the Mishabera?
No, I don't think so.
Your sound is off.
Oh,
Or it's not.
no,
No?
no.
Okay. All right, go ahead. To make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Yishabero imoteinu, mekor habracha, lamoteinu, bless those in need of healing with refuah. the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Okay. All right, we're heading into the Aleinu on page 58 and 59. And 58 and 59. And Eli and Beth, would you open the ark?
I would say I don't know that I'm converting. I don't know that I'm
It's okay.
No, okay.
It's just a door.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know.
Please rise as we open the ark, as you are able. Okay. Aleinu Shabbat Ladon Makol Lateitu Al Yotzer Rishit Shalom Asanu Kuei Haratzot V'lo Samanu Mishukot Madam Shalom Sam Kokein Narayan V'gol Aleinu V'gol Malonam V'anaku Kori V'mishachari Umodim V'nei Melech Malei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Notei Shamayim V'yotzer Haaretz V'moshe V'karot HaShamayim V'Ha'al V'shkinatu Zov V'shkinatu Zov V'Godei Meromi Hu Elokeinu Eino and Elokeinu Efesuato Kavatu V'Torato V'Datayom V'Datayom V'Shivota Elevavava Ki Adonai Hu Elohim Hashamayim V'Ha'al Ve'al Haaretz Ve'al Haaretz Mitachat Elom Elom V'nemar V'haya Adonai L'melech B'chol ha'aretz V'yom ha'hu Yeh Adonai echad U'shemo 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 echad. Please close the ark. Thank you, and you may be seated.
Thank you.
Okay. On page 64, the blessing of memory. Linda, would you read the first paragraph and Michael the second? Page 64 at the bottom.
It is hard to sing of oneness when our world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness to our life have gone, and naught but memory can fill the emptiness in their passing leaves behind.
But memory can tell us only what we were, in company with those we loved. It cannot help us find what each of us alone must now become. Yet no one is really alone. Those who live no more echo still without our thoughts and words, and what they did is part of what we have become.
Thank you. On page 64, please rise as it 64? It's not. Have it wrong.
It's 67.
67. Thank you. Oh, yes, there we go. Please rise as you are able for the mourner's Kaddish.
Do we have a Kaddish?
I have a Kaddish list. Actually, do we want to rise? Do we want to sit for this, for the list?
Well, we're up now.
We're up now. Okay. So the art sites for today: Arlene C., mother of Dana C., Abram S., Howard M., Ida L., grandmother of Dana C., Bernie D., Albert G., father of Roz S., Jerry P., grandmother of Deb P., Ann D., grandmother of Beth W., Richard M., father of Val M., Dolores P., aunt of Jack P., Joni P., Dina H., David S., brother of Edie S., and I'd like to add the victims of the recent school shooting in Georgia. Any other deaths or yard
We're
sites?
still in Shloshim for my dad, David Wallach.
Anyone else? Names to add? Okay. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah B'yama Divra Kirtei V'yamlich Malchutei B'chayachon U'yomachon U'chayei D'chol Beit Yisrael B'agala V'yizman Kariv V'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Amei Olamaya Yit Barach V'yishtabach V'yit Ha'ar V'yit Ramam V'yit Naseh V'yit Hadar V'yit Halev V'yit Halal Shmei D'Kudashah Barichu Le'olam Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata Tushbechata V'Nechmata Damiran V'Yalma V'imru Amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabbah Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Osei Shalom B'mramav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. You may be seated. I just realized I forgot the Chatzi Kaddish.
Oh,
Oops.
well.
Okay. All right. Time for announcements. We have High Holy Day services coming up. Please join us. Most of them will not conflict with other congregations' services. The only one that really does is Kol Nidre. If you're on our email list, you will get announcements for all of those. If you are not on our email list, please see me and I will put you on the email list because we want you to have a place to go. If you don't, even if you do, we want to see your smiling faces.
Can I add to that?
Yes, please.
Because we do conflict with other services for Kol Nidre and also for Yizkor. We've been asked to park on the street. Don't park in the Rodef lot, generally because they want to, keep the parking lot mostly for Rodef, which tends to be an older congregation, and it's their parking lot.
But just for those
Just
two
those services,
services.
because the rest of the time,
The rest of them, there are no conflicts.
because
So.
we do
Yeah.
second night of Rosh Hashanah
Yeah.
and not the first.
Right. We're doing second because of how the holidays fall this year. Our Rosh Hashanah service would have been on a Thursday, and then we'd have our monthly service on the next day, the Friday. So we're combining them and doing the Friday service, which is the second day of Rosh Hashanah instead of the first day of Rosh Hashanah. So we actually will have 3 Friday services in a row, which will be Rosh Hashanah, Kol Nidre, and then Sukkot, and then our Yom Kippur service will be the Saturday, of course, Saturday afternoon after the Kol Nidre service. We're going to be sending out membership information soon. Please join. We're asking for the same dues as last year. If you cannot pay them, do not worry about it. Being able to pay is not a prerequisite for being a member of Bet Tikvah and will never be. But we still want you to be a member because then we can send you our emails and make you aware of events that we're having and all that stuff. If you'd like to sponsor Kiddush, you can certainly do that, and you can contact me, I guess, because Kaden, who normally arranges Kiddush, is not here tonight. What?
Katie reached out to me, I brought some stuff.
Yes, we will still have a Kiddush. And then if you're interested in leading services, again, who do you contact? Me. So if you're not comfortable leading services by yourself, we will set you up with a co-leader because we're always happy to have new people participating. And it's fun. I like doing it. If you like everything except one bit, you can have your co-leader do that one bit. You can split it equally. Does not matter. But we'd love to have more participation if you are so inclined. Any other announcements?
Oh, what's this craft thing?
Oh, yeah, it was a
Craft sale fundraiser, yes.
What are we doing? Besides your
Yes.
scarf, yes.
Yeah, so we're doing a craft sale fundraiser, and you can make stuff and donate it, or you can buy stuff that's been donated. You can, Kaden and Sarah made some kits that you can get. I think you got one of them.
I got one.
At the picnic. And it's just a general fundraiser because there will be a treasurer's report coming out, and expenses have gone up. So
when does this occur?
it is occurring, it is basically occurring all the time, although there will be specific times when we have them out. Like we had it out at the summer picnic. We had some stuff out. We'll have stuff out at the Hanukkah party. I'm going to try and get pictures. I've taken pictures of stuff and get them into the monthly emails, just to kind of showcase stuff. So yeah, if you're interested, I guess you should contact me. How do I get myself into this? Okay, any other questions, announcements? Okay. Our closing song is going to be Shalom Rav, Song of Peace, on page 43. Shalom Rav. Oops,
That didn't sound
that
like
sounds a little too much.
Or
Yeah,
that second
that's
one
better.
wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Ki Atahu Melech Adon L'chol HaShalom Ki Atahu Melech Adon L'chol HaShalom Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam.
Yeah, we
Thank you. We need to work on the key for that one. Did you need the thingy?
No, there's no K-Bo on that. I was
Huh.
hoping we just had a Zoom or something.
I don't think we were in the right, I don't think we were singing.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
We can work on it later.
It sounded
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, it sounded
To,
like
to
what it
Beth
is.
and me, it did not sound okay.
It
It's
sounded
okay.
like us singing a prayer. I'm cool.
Right. Shabbat shalom. Okay. And now we will retire to the
Kiddush.
Kiddush. Thank you for joining us, JT and Gina.
It's horrible, I'm so sorry.
All right, here, there.
You asked me last week and I got really excited, so I had some free time because I've
Oh
been a
yeah,
little
Maya
ill.
made the challah this week.
So if it's horrible, I'm so sorry.
It's
my
not
first
going to be
time.
horrible.
That is true. I've been